Have you ever found yourself surrounded by people who just don't seem to get it? Maybe you've met a woman who at first seemed perfect, fun, beautiful, full of life. But over time, little things started adding up, leaving you confused and questioning her decisions, her mindset, or even her way of looking at life. Understanding these behaviors isn't about pointing fingers. It's about protecting your peace, avoiding unnecessary drama, and making better choices when it comes to relationships. Because trust me, once you recognize these signs, you'll never look at dating the same way again. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you're ready to level up your understanding of relationships. Stick around until the end, because what you're about to learn could be the eye-opener you never knew you needed. Let's get into it. Imagine meeting someone new. She's charming, attractive, and everything feels effortless at first. But as time goes on, you start noticing patterns. Her reactions seem extreme, she never owns up to her mistakes, or maybe her focus is more on material things than on true emotional connection. These small red flags build up, and before you know it, you're questioning everything. A wise man once said, "The mind, not external circumstances, is within your control." Marcus Aurelius wasn't just talking about philosophy. He was talking about life, love, and the relationships we choose. Drama is her comfort zone. Ever been in a relationship that felt like an emotional roller coaster? One minute everything's great, the next, you're in a heated argument over a delayed text message. If a woman thrives on drama, it's a major red flag. Some people crave chaos because it makes them feel alive. They mistake emotional turbulence for passion. But let's be real. Relationships aren't meant to feel like soap operas. A wise woman seeks peace, not turmoil. She understands that real power comes from emotional stability, not from creating unnecessary conflicts. If you constantly find yourself caught in a cycle of accusations, fights, and make-up apologies, ask yourself, is this really the life I want? She never takes responsibility. Picture this. Something goes wrong in the relationship. Maybe it's a miscommunication or a disagreement. But instead of talking things through, she immediately shifts the blame. It's not my fault. You should have known better. Sound familiar? A person who refuses to take responsibility will never grow. No matter how much you try to reason with her, she'll always find someone else to blame. Her parents, her ex, even you. And let's be honest, a relationship where only one person is willing to own up to mistakes is doomed from the start. True emotional intelligence isn't about never making mistakes. It's about learning from them. If someone can't say, "I was wrong, I'll do better," then you're signing up for a never-ending cycle of frustration. Materialism over character. Have you ever felt like your worth in a relationship was tied to your wallet? At first, it might seem sweet to spoil her with gifts, fancy dates, and extravagant surprises. But over time, you realize that without the material things, there's nothing left. If a woman values material possessions over emotional connection, you'll never be enough. There will always be a bigger, better, more expensive thing she wants. The sad truth? You can't buy love. A wise woman values loyalty, depth, and character over luxury and status. As the Stoics say, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. If she's constantly comparing your lifestyle to someone else's, or making you feel like your efforts aren't enough unless they come with a price tag, it's time to rethink that relationship. She craves constant validation. Ever been with someone who needed constant reassurance? Maybe she floods her social media with selfies, fishing for compliments, or she always needs you to remind her how much she means to you, over and over again. It might seem harmless at first, but over time, it becomes exhausting. A woman with self-confidence doesn't need constant external validation. She knows her worth, even when no one is watching. If she relies on likes, attention, and endless praise to feel secure, that insecurity will become your burden. She can't handle criticism. You casually suggest eating healthier, and suddenly she's furious. You bring up something that needs improvement, and instead of listening, she turns defensive and emotional. Sound familiar? A woman who can't handle criticism, no matter how constructive, will never grow. Instead of seeing feedback as an opportunity to improve, she sees it as an attack. And that means you'll always be walking on eggshells, afraid to speak your mind. She lacks self-discipline. Have you ever dated someone who talks a big game, but never follows through? She dreams of success, a better life, grand plans. But when it comes down to doing the work, she always has an excuse. Success in any area of life, love, career, personal growth, requires discipline. Words mean nothing without action. If she can't stay committed to her own goals, how can she stay committed to a relationship? Final thoughts. Recognizing these red flags isn't about judging. It's about making better choices. A wise man surrounds himself with people who uplift him, not those who drain his energy. In love and life, choosing the right partner can mean the difference between happiness and heartbreak. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. You don't have to be an expert in relationships to make smart choices. You just have to be aware. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.